Religious leaders as well. I don't know if Sheikh Mustafa is here with us or anyone representing him. Okay. What about Reverend Father Polika Ghana? I can't chairman just now. All right. As soon as I get the comprehensive list, but maybe I will also get to mention your names one after the other. I can see all of you, and I'm very happy that you are here. At this point, without waste of time, permit me to invite the representative of this wonderful organization, Unity Media, Unity 93.3 FM, Jos, to come for the welcome address. And just after that, we'll be having the opening remarks, and our chairman, who is already seated in person of Dr. Adamu, will come for the opening remarks. So, welcome address. I am not worthy to be the one to welcome you in such a manner and magnitude that you deserve. So, I would invite permit me to say our dear mother, Rukayet, to come for the welcoming address. So please, if you don't mind, again, our hands together.
I'll stand on all existing protocol, and I do welcome all of you here to this wonderful occasion of Unity Media, which comprises the radio, television, and also the media academy. Where we are here is a media academy we train students on journalism. And we organize this particular event. This is part of our social community responsibility. And I would like to formally acknowledge the presence of our guests here. And you two sitting here because time, they say, is money. And I really appreciate, especially our political allies who actually found out time to come very early, rather than a few of us who were just there out of their busy schedules. We say a big thank you. And also, this event is aimed to, promote peaceful and credible elections. We are going to elect our leaders in, and we urge all, for those watching me on Facebook, not even here alone, because we have a lot of viewers on our Facebook page. We hope that you do the right thing by voting for those leaders that you think will actually make us proud as Nigerians. Though we know that the economic situation is not really, on our side as citizens of Nigeria, but nevertheless, when there is life, there is hope, and I wish that this program is going to be a success, and we have more also coming. A special thank you to the chairman of Unity Media, of Honorable Ahmed Tijani Salihu Nakande, for giving us this particular ground to actually see that this program is a success. Once again, we welcome you and thank you.
All right, thank you. Their mother, Rukayat. At this moment, I would love to inform those whom are following us even on radio, because we are live on our Facebook page at Unity Radio FM/TV Jos. We're streaming live. If you want to see what is happening in here and you're listening via radio, so please, I would plead that you join us already on our Facebook page, and then you get to watch and follow live. Again, on our YouTube page as well. So, now it's time for the opening remarks by this great occasion chairman in person of Dr. Adamu Aliyu. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you don't mind, let's welcome him as he gives us the opening remarks. You're welcome, sir.
Let me start by thanking God Almighty for allowing us to see this day, to attend this great occasion. Let me start by appreciating Prof for finding time to come and lecture us on the topic, which is very important, particularly in this forthcoming election that is coming on the 9th of October. Let me appreciate my leader, my community leader, for finding time out of his tight schedule, being today Saturday, that so many occasions is taking place, and the Reverend Father, who happened to be a chairman of Just Not Can, for finding time, Alhaji Ibrahim, and all other guests. Let me start by welcoming you to this great occasion. What I want to say here is this. For Unity to organize this kind of a thing is not just doing their community engagement, they are doing what they are supposed to be doing as a media house, to educate people on the forthcoming election, to tell the people the importance of this election, and for people to come out to vote who will be their chairman, to look into their issues that are bothering them within all our communities. As a politician, I have to appreciate the sitting governor for doing what he is doing, because he is doing well, and we pray that this forthcoming election he will maintain the peace that we are enjoying, so that he will not allow anybody to influence his decision for not allowing free and fair credible election in taking place. I know, coming from APC, we are opposition, but I pray that the chairman of PLATEAU, based on the interaction and the discussion we are having, they are going to do a great job. Based on what we have seen so far, I believe the election is going to be free and fair. And I want to appeal to our people to come out and vote. Once you vote, you can wait at the polling unit to know who is the winner of that particular polling unit. You don't need to come out for violence. Let me call the attention of the security personnel to be more vigilant, because you know, during this election, people that don't want the peace we are enjoying to be enjoying up to the end of this tenure will come out to say that this is my party, this is not my community person, this is this, this is that. So I'm appealing to people to please be calm during this election. Come and vote and go back and wait. Anybody that won this election, by God's grace, he will be declared as that winner. That is what we are praying for. And I want to appreciate this media house for conducting this occasion so that they will enlighten people more. And I know when Prof comes to present his paper, people will know the in-depth of this occasion. People will know the importance of this, and people shouldn't take this as for granted. And we want to appreciate the management of Unity for inviting us to come and witness this occasion. I, in particular, I want to appreciate for giving me this opportunity to be the chairman of this occasion. I'm not taking it for granted. I know there is people out there better than me, but they choose me to be the chairman. I really appreciate them. Thank you very much. I pray that the way we started this occasion peacefully, we will end it peacefully. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Adamu Aliyu, a man that is full of humility, a man that is so bold, a man that has shown undeniable concern the plight of his people and even beyond. Thank you so much. While the occasion has been on, I witnessed the arrival of Reverend Father Polycarp Ghana. He's chairman just north. He is seated already. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind, again, as a culture, let's put our hands together as we welcome him. You're welcome, sir. All right. Those of you following us on our radio arm, there's going to be a time that we would give you the opportunity to throw your comments, even on our Facebook page. We'll be reading your questions, actually. So please, before Professor Sabo comes up for his engagement for today, I would want to plead with my guest, even in this hall, that please and please permit me to introduce a teenager, someone who is no less than a talent and a pride for us on the plateau. And we have plenty of such, but for today's occasion, we have just one to showcase. And she's coming up to give us a spoken word, and she's by name Kwabli. might not have pronounced this as accurate as it should be, but please, can we just put our hands together as we work along? For spoken word. You're welcome.
A very good morning to one and all. I am by name Kwapili Ezekiel Kaigama. I stand here today at the brink of something extraordinary. I am here to tell you about the struggles and challenges we, the teenage girls, are facing in Nigeria due to informal and lack of inadequate education and poor sanitation, trafficking for prostitution, and lots more. As you listen to this poem, I pray that this poem will bring a new hope for a better generation and dreams will be reshaped. As you listen, may you be blessed. I am a girl child born with a vision to go on a mission and to proffer a solution to save a nation. For tech, no one said, and I quote, a woman place now for kitchen. She not supposed to talk for meeting. He consign herself with the cleanings. But no! My mother is a woman and I am a girl child with a difference. For I am not born to stay in the kitchen, rather to be a slave in Egypt, because I am a girl child with a difference. I am born to be a potential mother, a riot leading men into tomorrow, a boat sailing over the slavery of life to independence, a ready help for every husband, the brain behind the success of all men. And I am working harder to fulfill the works of my Maker. Though the Constitution states that I have rights to be free from torture and to be educated regardless of my identity, but yet I've been raped and tortured by unlawful men. I cried out to the government day and night for help and security, but behold, they were silent. For I was left alone to bear the pain and burden. I was wounded, and in the process of flushing the stigma, I was left wombless. Though I promised my mother that I'm gonna remain a virgin to my wedding night. But unfortunately, my pride, my dignity, and my virginity has all been shattered away in one day. So I look at myself in the mirror like just an empty vessel. And I said to myself, for I am fruitless and I am worthless. For it is written that our body is a temple of God, but now my body has become like a POS machine where everybody will feel press. These same words kept recurring through my mind like a recurring decimal. But I was fortunate to have my mother who stood by me like a guardian angel. She said to me, look, young lady, you are a victorious woman, courageous and beautiful. No matter the storms and tribulations of life, you have to stay focused. For you are not fruitless nor worthless. For in you lies fruit that will last from generations to come. Though all men want to marry a virgin, but none of them is willing to keep his virginity. So why worry? She said to me, look, young lady, don't worry how you feel. Fill yourself with God's word to change how you feel. I said, my mom must keep emphasizing on this word. She said to me, look, young lady, don't worry how you feel. Fill yourself with God's word to change how you feel. For shame has kept you away from love, and only love can heal you from shame. All you have to do right now is to sit down, relax, bow down, and pray to God and ask God to turn your mess into a message. My mom's word pierced through my heart like a sword, and I felt a sigh of relief. And for the first time in a long time, I went down on my knees and bowed my head to God and said, God, you know I'm your daughter. I want you to turn my mess into a message. Somebody, can you ask God to turn your mess into a message? For only God has the key to our own success. For history has many stories on different subject matters, but the present and the future has a place for the girl child. For Titania once said, and I quote, people will find you, but they don't define you, and you will find people who will help redesign you. For the girl child is a transmitter of knowledge, but how can she transmit knowledge if she's not educated? Give me your hands and take mine. Together, let's send the girl child to school. Train the girl child in school. For in the girl child lies a hope for a better tomorrow. Nurture me, do not torture me. Prone me, do not hewn me. Love me, do not hate me. Give me your wings to fly high like a bird in the sky, because I am the girl child. Thank you.
All right, thank you. With this presentation, actually, I am so full of hope that we have great potential. This is coming from just one. And please, if you don't mind, if you are happy to have teenagers, young people coming up full of such wonderful inspirations, please, can we again put our hands together even as we encourage you? Thank you so much. It is obvious that getting the comprehensive list to be able to mention all of your names as you are seated in this hall this morning is coming late, so why not? I would just appreciate you for already seated. This is because I don't want to murder your name or say it in a way that I will not forgive myself after I say it incorrectly. Thank you so much. In the hall this morning, we have representatives of various communities, especially the Zumas, the Ajang, okay, representing Sabonlai, am I correct? And also, okay, thank you very much. We'll give you the opportunity to tell us where specifically the community you're representing in the hall this morning. Our dear listener and viewers, we would again be giving you the opportunity to ask your questions. We have still in this hall this morning for music performance, Dokin Karfe and Yaron Karfe, you can imagine. Please, let's put our hands together for them. Dokin Karfe and Yaron Karfe. Without waste of time, at this moment, ladies and gentlemen, we would invite Professor Sabo Ahmad for his primary engagement for today's program, Unity Town Hall. Can we please put our hands together? Prof, sir, you manage the podium, the stage here, if you don't mind, if it's okay by you.
I beg to stand on the existing protocol. May I start by greeting all of you. I also particularly feel highly honored to be sitting next to Honorable Adamu Aliyu. I know him, his struggles and achievements. If I were a soldier and had to go to the battlefield, even when blindfolded, I will be happy to have him as my commander. So it's a thing of joy for me. I am a medical doctor by profession, but I spent most part of my life training other medical doctors for the last 29 years. I also live within a very densely populated community where we have all the problems of a highly populated area associated with poverty and crime. I've been able to navigate and survive first as a person. Help my family also to navigate such difficult terrain and also live with the people harmoniously. I've learned a lot. It's a PhD all by itself, living among community that I live in. And once in a while, I usually like sharing experience to help us in our socio-political developments. The title of this presentation is the role of election managers in conducting of free, fair, and credible election. Now, I would like to start by talking about the psycho-social aspect of election itself. We are in a democracy. We have accepted that we are going to be democracy. It's different from theocracy. It's different from monarchy. Democracy is often referred to as the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. So the people are the primary stakeholders in election and their governance. The bazar mutane ake rawa, as they usually say in Hausa. Now, what is the psycho-social aspect of this? You could go back to history, political history, and narrate all the dynamics of different systems of governance and see the pros and cons. By and large, we have accepted that we are a democracy, and so shall it be. But it's a work in progress. There's never a perfect democracy. That is what brings to light the importance of this gathering, to highlight issues related to election, how to have a free, fair, and credible one that will be generally acceptable, and then boost the confidence of the electorate and the elected. We both need the confidence of each other to have a smooth running society. So what is the psychosocial aspect? How about the way we think as common people, the electorate? How do the gladiators, political gladiators, those that are contesting election for political office, how do they feel? I would readily refer us to something said by one Professor Jeremy Griffiths. He's an Australian biologist. He spent over the last 40 years studying something spectacular about the dynamics of a society. And he described it as human condition. The central theme was the question, why are humans competitive, aggressive, and selfish? That was the central theme. He attributed most of the problems of the world, political, social, and otherwise, to this basic dictum: why are humans competitive, aggressive, and selfish? By the way, election is a competition, and any election will bring about a winner and a loser. What is the mindset of the winner? Are they usually magnanimous? Are they going to be no victor, no vanquish kind of a mentality approach? Or is it the winner takes it all? How does that leave the loser? Bitter, acrimonious, vengeful? That seems to be the default mindset. If I lose, I will feel good. If I win, I will feel powerful, I will be happy. And I do as I wish. I know the Honorable contested his position, and he has extended hands of friendship to the people he defeated. There are exceptions to the rules, people who are magnanimous after election, and they extend hand of friendship. Now, the answer to Professor Jeremy Griffith's question of why humans are such is not far-fetched from our nature. We are very conscious beings, human beings. That's our greatest gift, consciousness. Okay. We also have intellect. Intellect is also about not just memory, it's about memory that follows ability to solve problems. That's what intelligence, that's what we call cognitive function, intellectual function. Humans are gifted. That's why we're able to modify our environment. No creation, no living thing has ever modified their environments as we do as humans. We do that. We organize our society. We change valleys into flat lands. We grow things where they are not naturally growing. We select the breed that we want. That is the most you can think of any organism. We have become masters of our fates. So Jeremy Griffith attributes human competitiveness to due to our conflict between intellect and instinct. Most animals operate by instinct. Do you know that when a lion takes over a pride is a group of lions living as a family. They are social animals. They are the big cats that are social in nature. But usually there is one dominant male in a lion pride. When another male that is stronger comes and drives away the former male, it kills all the kids. It might have never noticed another lion doing the same thing. But any breastfeeding lion cub will be killed that day. It's instinct. They don't need to be taught. That is their own way of perpetuating their own genes. The qualities, the strength he had to take over the pride is expected to be in the offspring, the lion cubs that he was sired. Without killing the lion cubs, the female will not be ready. They will not be in heat to accept him as a male. Animals, most animals, usually mammals, they breed during heat. The female will never accept the male, unlike human beings. The female will never accept the male except during heat period. Now, competitiveness is essential. Any one of you here is a product of competition between 90 million sperm cells. Every one of us here. Usually in one ejaculum, which is about roughly 2 mils, we test that in the hospital, there are almost 90 million sperm cells. And more than 60% are viable. And you need only one to sire. A woman usually produces 1 egg in a month. In a single sexual contact, a man can have 90 million sperm cells. And it is a competition. It's a rat race. It's a very fierce competition as they ascend through the reproductive tract to fertilize the egg. So it's competition. We can't run away from it. Competition sometimes brings the best, but it has to be modulated, just like Professor Jeremy Griffith said. And we have found a way of choosing our leaders through a competition that is orderly, sane, and we expect them to be free, fair, and credible as a civilized humans. It's not just you stabbing your competitor on the back. No, we have rules and orders, unlike the process that brought us to life. Competition between 90 million sperm cells. Each of them could have become a human being. So competition, we just have to accept, but we have to refine them. So that brings to limelight the idea of having free, fair, and credible election. We can't run away from competition, even though Professor Jeremy Griffith says, why can't we be cooperative, right? Cooperative, loving, and selfless. These are the opposite of aggressive, or competitive, aggressive, and selfish. The opposite of competitive, aggressive, and selfish is love, cooperative, loving, and selfless. But we must accept competition as a part of life. Our intelligence should lead us to organize our society such that the competition will bring out the best. A political candidate usually presents their portfolio, and people usually go back, revisit his history or her history, and find out the good they have done, their antecedent. That would be the yardstick for us to choose as electorate. Those of us doing the voting. So we have accepted this in the principle. We are democracy, we are not monarchy. And every successful candidate will be sworn in later after following all the due processes. And then when they don't do well and they are vying for a second term, we use our vote to get them out. And without free, fair, and credible, we can't pass judgment on whoever we elected first. We elect them for a reason, and we expect dividend. We expect the electoral promise to be fulfilled. So that set the tone. I'll try and be as brief as I can be. My main aim is to attract attention. Okay? Probably the silence says something about people paying attention to what I'm saying. Now, what is the meaning of free, fair, and credible election? Free means there is no question, as simple as that. Nobody is putting gun on your head to vote someone else. That's the meaning of free. You're free to decide, and you have the right to privacy. That's why they have those barricades where you can go and thumbprint wherever, if it is a ballot. You are entitled to your opinion. You can do it privately and cast your vote. And you must have noticed that the ballot box is now transparent. They say an election should be transparent, isn't it? Maybe the literal interpretation of that is that, look, it shows that the ballot box has not been stuffed before arriving at the polling unit. Kununa mana kakwati empty ne kafin. Right? So it's not like somebody has already stuffed the box and then you come and put your own on top. That will not matter at the end of it. Meaning it is not fair. Maybe the literal aspect is to have a transparent ballot box. Is it not transparent? It's usually transparent. That's the literal meaning. But it goes deeper than that. The whole process should be transparent, open to scrutiny. Meaning the electorate are free to scrutinize it through their representative. It's not that everyone coming to cast their vote should see and check everything. No, we have representatives in each and every electoral unit, polling units. So that set the tone. And fairness is when everybody agrees with the process, not necessarily the result. An election result can be contested, and we have a process for that. Okay, we have complaints to launch to the electoral body and the court process too. These are to ensure fairness, such that when you feel aggrieved, when you feel you've been not treated fairly and equally, you could really launch a complaint. And we know that a lot of people have been given electoral position, meaning sworn in, after they've been declared defeated earlier, because the process involves correction. Everything in the world involves correction. A lot of things works on probability. That's why even your CD player that you play on your TV has error detection code. Because sometimes you may be a film star fighting a snake. The digital information on the CD could change your head, gives you the head of the snake, and then take your head to the snake. But you have the IT expert knows that about error detection code. So whatever process may require some kind of surveillance to correct what may go wrong. Because I'm telling you, nothing works as a matter of mathematical precision. More often than not, is probability and statistics. Even in our digital technology. In fact, that's what they are complaining about quantum computing that is promised to change a lot of things in the world. Is the fact that it's not highly precise, but fast, extremely fast and big. So for the IT guys, may remember that. So a lot of things work on matter of probability. When you plan an election, there are chances, there is a probability that there could be some errors here and there. And then you so put your error detection code. All the processes that will ensure correction if there is wrong somewhere. So why is the local government so important to us? Now, you know, recently the president has signed the marching order. I don't know whether it is a law already yet, that the local government should manage their accounts. And that is a big development. Yeah, I mean, the president is not getting a lot of praises for that because of the other problems, especially the fuel scarcity thing. It has overshadowed that credible movement. It's a very big move that he made, and it's a big political point. Now, the fact that the local government will be receiving their allocation from the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission means a lot. It means the closest tier of government to the grassroots, to the ordinary people, is getting more powerful. The money is the power. I remember Professor Babagana Zulum, the governor of Borno State, came to NIPS, was it last year? And he delivered a lecture about the ungoverned space, where governance is not felt. That's the meaning of ungoverned space. And he talked about it as the niche of poverty, terrorism, and social ills. Because the ungoverned space. If you have a local government that doesn't have money to do anything, you really have an ungoverned space. You really have an ungoverned space. And wherever the power and the authority of governance is not felt, other things take over. Nature abhors vacuum. So it was a very pleasant. I wish if you can go online and Google and see that lecture was beautiful. And that brings to light the importance of the local government autonomy as far as financial autonomy is concerned. And we hope to see a better performance, and it brings to light the importance of this upcoming local government election. So we hope that interaction like this with stakeholders and important people in the society, rubbing minds together and coming up with positions, will help to further refine the electoral process. Because the old mantra of kukata, kuraka, kutsari, I think it has not worked well for us. Just a recipe for disaster. It's so easy for violence to erupt. I don't subscribe to that. But I believe that at the polling units, people should hang around until the result probably is announced. From there, they have to leave. There are people concerned that are mandated to take this result to the collection unit. But the fact that hundreds of people will follow the ballot box to the collection center is just a recipe for a problem. I hope we'll keep further refining and perfecting the electoral process such that there won't be need for that. There won't be. Election is a very emotional thing. Wherever emotion is concerned, there could be tempers, there could be anger, there could be reactions. And it may not be a good reaction. It may be negative, that may involve violence, injuries, loss of property, and even death. Nobody wants that. So I said there is no electoral system that is 100% perfect. It is work in progress. Even as individuals, we almost always look at our personal development as a work in progress. As I used to say, I'm always a work in progress. We'll never be perfect. Only God is perfect. So if we keep looking at this electoral process and refining, making suggestions, having discussions like this, and making our position known, then probably it will keep getting better. It's not the end. It is a work in progress. It's the process, as I always say, enjoy the process. Even as a philosophy, even in life. Don't look at the time when you are a billionaire before you start enjoying yourself. It's a process. Enjoy each day for its credits, for what it can offer us. Enjoy every day. Life is a process. It's not just a destination. So also our electoral process, we should keep refining it. The problem is when there is rigidity and too much conservative approach to the idea of our electoral process. When we think it is perfect enough and it doesn't need change, that almost always set the tone for problems. If we agree that it's a process, it's an idea in progress, then we're better off for it. We can keep refining the process until we get to the promised land. Now, how about the election managers? We're talking about the clerks in the polling unit. I remember when I was in secondary school, Form 2 in Bauchi State, I was a presiding officer. Then they call it FEDECO. Despite my young age, because I could fill the forms properly, and somebody who's as old as my father was given my polling clerk like an assistant to me. And I remember that we were coached on integrity, even though there were other forces by the side telling us that if we don't cooperate, we'll be sent out of school, and if we are workers and we don't cooperate, we'll be sent out of our work and won't find work anywhere. So there is almost always people willing to use the instrument of coercion to make you do their bidding. even as a young boy then, from 2, like JS2, some were treating us on the other side, some were telling us to have integrity. That's in the early 80s. So, election is almost always bedeviled by different forces and a lot of pressure on the electoral managers. And we should keep encouraging managers to be, as we usually say, fear of God. But remember that whatever they do, they'll be accountable for. That's important. So election managers, what do? You know, we have from the polling unit to the collection center up to the central body that is supposed to announce the result of the election, be they at the state level or at the federal level. Now, what is this about the management? You know, you can't call you a manager if you don't know anything about management. Management is how we do things better. And the principle of management is the same all over the world, whether it is principle of election, or managing election, or principle of managing health, or managing education, or managing a local government or state or even a country. The principles are the same. It's about planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and control. That's the power of management. And power is nothing without control. That's what the pre-electoral people are saying, isn't it? If you look at their center there, Murtala Mohammed Way, say power is nothing without control. It's true. The power of the electoral system is in its ability to manage it very well. The government fund electoral bodies, it's not the political parties. So, toward the upcoming local government election, we need proper management by the managers. These are the people that have been appointed to conduct the election. Usually, it's non-partisan. If you are partisan, you are not supposed to be running the electoral body. If you are partisan, if you belong to either of the political parties, so you should be non-partisan, unbiased. That will give room for the free, fair, and credible election. So you should be non-partisan, and you should deploy all the principle of management. You should plan it properly. You should anticipate problem. I'm not saying you should expect problem. Anticipate so that you can make plan to avert it or minimize its impact. There are things that are unavoidable. Emotions, you can't prevent people from feeling emotional when election results are declared. But what are you supposed to do? Put in place arrangement that will minimize the impact of that emotional reaction. The winner will be elected, the loser will be angry. So are the followers of the loser of the election. It's a competition, and it almost always involves the aggression, competitiveness, and the selfishness. You want to win sometimes, even at all costs. It takes a very seasoned and well-disciplined society to have electoral umpires that are unbiased, and the gladiators, those who are competing for the election, to be also level-headed, accepting defeat. So it's always almost psychosocial dimension to the electoral process, and it's the emotion that leads to the violence most of the time. So the management is very important. I wish during the discussion that may follow we'll have more input on that. Mine is to come forward to stimulate the discussion. No one has all the answers. All of you may have different perspectives to the idea of managing the election so that it become a success. I think the best way is not just to write a very lengthy paper here and keep reading them. Some of you may be sleeping, but I think I'm making eye contact with all of you. I think I got your attention. I think we'll be able to discuss after my presentation here, which I'm about to round up. I hope that we'll have all the bad experience of the past. I hope we'll start showing the character and characteristics of people that are now seasoned We have accepted democracy. We're now beginning to learn how to do it properly. I say there is never ever a day that I will say everything is perfect. The system itself is almost always a work in progress. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Professor Ahmad Sabo. It's been so wonderful, actually, and I am particularly very happy, and I've learned a lot. You can't prevent people from being emotional when election results are being announced. But of course, as managers of such Herculean task, you should already, have some provisions on how to control should people be emotional, because they will always be, because it's a competition. There has to be a winner and someone who loses. And so, thank you very much, Professor. At this moment, before we even clap, because you deserve more than clapping, sir. Thank you. I would want to give the people in the hall opportunity to ask 1 or 2 questions. And just after that, we would again in a standing positions to appreciate the fact that you have decided to avail yourself and feed us and bless us this lovely Saturday morning. Okay, the people we have in the hall, maybe a few of you, if you are willing, I would appreciate if you have any questions. And by the way, we are streaming live, those of you following us on our radio arm. You can throw your comments on our Facebook page at Unity Radio FM/TV Jos. For Facebook again, at Unity Radio FM/TV Jos. Drop your comments and we'll get to read them. If you have any questions, any contributions at all, I'll be very happy to read from you. Okay, I know that we have Bosch Eric Adam. Are you here? Thank you very much. Yes, and we also have Comrade Musa Umar. Are you here? Thank you very much. Comrade Zuma Jang. Are you here, sir? It's lovely. Thank you. We have Abdul Rahman Usman. Okay, maybe he's not here at the moment. Usman Umar. Are you here? And then Honorable Nuruddin M. Inua. All right. Then we have Sabitu Ibrahim Adam, and then Sharif Abdul Razak, also Alhaji Ibrahim Ahmad. Oh, lovely, sir. It's good to have you. Thank you very much. Thank you. He has been of great assistance and making sure that this program happens to be a success. Sir, we truly appreciate your contributions. Thank you very much, and God bless you. We also have Honorable Anas Abdul Razak. All right, any questions? Zuma, I expect that you should have a question. So Zuma, I'll go straight to you, maybe 1 or 2, and then we let Prof to rest more. Zuma, where are you? Okay, your question, sir.
Mine is just regarding the issue of the election.
Yes.
Upcoming election. Basically, the presentation is well presented based on the level of interest, but we are looking at the youth being the bedrock of our society, and basically they will be the ones that will be in the forefront. I'm looking forward to the presentation should go basically more on advice for youth, because since they will be at the forefront, and there will be a tool that will be used during the election, either in or for the election. So mine is just a question. How do you tend to, like the forthcoming election, where the youth will be used in terms of violence? How can you, what are your advices for the youths, basically? Thank you.
Well, I think we will just have, if there's any other question, we will just have it from this angle before Prof will respond. What is the advice for the youth? Because basically most instances, they are the ones being used to cause havoc. And so if there's any other question, we'll take it here before Prof gets to answer. Sir. All right. Thank you very much. And so we'll just go straight to handing over the microphones to Professor. I think the question is about the role of youth to ensure that everything after announcement of the elections results, that we still can peacefully coexist, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for the question. May I, MC, may I talk as I sit?
No problem.
Okay. So the issue of youth and electoral violence has been a topic for many decades in Nigeria. If I can make a summary of the problem, I can say it is actually an indictment on the process. The only reason why youth will be recruited by those who recruit them is the fact that the violence may pay at the end of the day. And how it pays them, how it pays is when the sanctity of the election is put into doubt. That's the only importance of violence. Most of the time, it's the loser, people that perceive that they may be losing the election, recruiting these young people into violent act to cast aspersion on the electoral process, so that a second round may be validated, so that they may have another chance. But elsewhere, it's not about counseling youth or improving their awareness to stay away from violence. Elsewhere is to stimulate them to come for the election, because the process is so credible that violence will not yield any dividend to any person vying for electoral office. It doesn't. In America, no violence will discredit that. So it's because the system is still growing. Sometimes the violence can really benefit those who earlier perceived loss in the election, and now the violence has called for another round of the election, and probably some are taken out of the election, at least probably few, first and second, and then that may really lead to give chance to the other person that was earlier losing. That is the problem of the system. It should be fixed. Elsewhere, they fear more of low voter turnout. That is their problem. So they sensitize the youth to come for the election. But here we are in Nigeria, because of the problems of the electoral system. Here we are in Nigeria, begging the youth to calm down, to be peaceful. And electoral violence is like a disease. And I can tell you this, for every disease in the world, whether it is infectious or non-infectious, the recommendation by World Health Organization in terms of prevention and control of that disease, whichever disease it is to first improve awareness. Awareness is very technical. It's about knowledge, attitude, and practice. It's what you know, how educated you are about a disease or even the electoral process. Your attitude, how do you feel about it? Is it negative attitude or positive? Do you feel the election is properly arranged such that there will be fairness and credibility? Or you feel not? And that will determine what you do. So awareness in totality is about improving what you know, how you feel about it, and what you do. Just as we apply that principle to diseases, you can apply it to election. Improve awareness. The youth should know their role in society. No society can prosper without the input of the youth. Take the youth out of election. I'm telling you, you have an empty polling unit. So it's more of increasing awareness, and the system should be redesigned, I would rather say, in such a way that any violence never benefits any person, any candidate vying for electoral office. If we do that, we see the idea of violence going away. Okay? There are times when political gladiators, people competing or vying for political office in an electoral system, actually wishing that low voter turnout will benefit them, much more than violence. So the idea is to look at this thing holistically. Let's make it more problematic for people contesting the election if there is ever any violence. That will discourage it, it will change the attitude, and we are going to be better for it. So it's all about the process growing, identifying pros and cons, putting in place new rules. If you say the electoral process ab initio is perfect, then you are set for failure. It should be open book that could be criticized and critiqued and amendment employed and deployed, so that we can have a very credible electoral system where violence is never going to reward anybody, and so the attitude, the political culture will start changing. That's my take on that.
All right, thank you. I thought we would let you go, but I think we have more questions coming, because this program is designed to have audience outside this very hall. We have more people out there than we have in the hall. That is even the reason for which we choose to do it at this very small hall. So some of the questions we have been able to select. Prof, I'm very, very sorry. We apologize. We would have to engage you again. This one says, the first one says, what is your take on people that don't go out to vote because they feel that their votes will not count? That's question one. Question number two says, where is the place of justice in our election process? So these are the two questions we have thought maybe to give it to you for an answer. Sir, thank you.
Thank you very much. Everyone will agree with me here that the idea of settling election dispute in the court is not the best for democracy. Someone once lamented that if that is the case, why don't we stop doing the election process? Just candidates should go to court. Let's see who will better sell themselves to the court, and they'll be sworn in. That's not good for democracy. Democracy is about demos, the people. Okay? As it is said, it's a government for the people, or for the people by the people. So without the public engagement, it makes nonsense of the ideology. It makes nonsense of the ideology. I don't subscribe to having most of our election being settled in the court finally, up to Supreme Court. It's not good for the democracy. And the earlier we start talking about that, the better. It's about refining the electoral system. I say it is almost always a work in progress. It is never perfect. So there is almost always also resistant to the change. Some political gladiators feel that the current system will benefit them. That is their only chance of winning elections. But I think for the larger interest of the society, we should keep refining the system. And we've seen the last two electoral amendments has actually benefited the system, the society in general. And the more we do that, the better. Now, the youth should also know that what would you have in the absence of electing our leaders? That's the only leverage we have on them all. If they do, but they are bound to feel guilty that they were elected, they promised, and they didn't deliver. How about just appointing everyone to electoral office? You have no any moral leverage on them. We should understand the system and why it is in place. If you don't have democratic elections, what you may have instead of them in their place is military dictatorship or monarchy or theocracy. Who wants that? Who wants that? We humans, we the electorate, are entitled to do our mistake and elect a bad leader. But we also have a chance to vote him out eventually. And we can also recall. We can also recall a representative in the legislature. And we can also use the legislators to impeach an executive, a governor, or even a president. That's the provision in place in case we have error of judgment and elect a very bad person who doesn't mean well. So that's what I would say. We should understand the importance of the election. It's not about just staying home. And see, the more we stay home, the more the likelihood of the election being rigged. All those votes that are not casted may go to the person who can buy them. We're hoping that the electoral system will really prevent that, maybe through amendments. But for the time being, higher turnout ensure more credibility. That's the only leverage we have, moral leverage, to say you didn't do well, we'll have right to criticize you. You promised this and that and you didn't deliver. But you didn't vote. What right have you to criticize or to even react? Are we going to be the country of anything goes? No, we can't be. It's against our emotion, it's against our societal norms and values. It's against everything sensible that we can perceive, good or bad.
Well, at this point, I think, Prof, even if there are other questions, I will just plead that let's just let Prof, have a rest. He has been talking, and he's not just talking, he talks from the wealth of his knowledge, all right? So that could get him too busy and very busy. But of course, there's one hand already put up in the hall here. So our dear listener and viewer, permit me to give just one more person in the hall to ask a question. I hope it's a question or contribution.
Yeah, it's a question.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, Prof. Sir. My question, I want you to shed more light. Like he mentioned that those listening outside and watching us live on the Facebook page and as well the YouTube channel are much more than the people seated here. And we all know that there is this problem of voter apathy, which is described as a cankerworm in our democracy today. I don't know if there is a way that you can encourage people on the importance of going out to vote, which we all know that it is their right. And it is a way of having a better government, because you know that you select the person who is right for the job whenever there is election. But if we fail to go out and vote, at the end of the day, we'll just see someone who is not even supposed to be there, and he will be the one to rule us for the time being. Thank you very much, Prof.
All right, thank you. Let me just say this very quickly as I hand over the microphone to Professor to again give us the answer, or to respond rather. I have the presence of Malam Hassan Ibrahim Musaddad. Okay, sir, you're welcome, sir. It's good to have you. All right, and still in the hall here present is I prefer to refer to him as peace practitioner, and he is popularly known as Big Seven. He's also in the hall this morning. Thank you, or afternoon rather. Okay, there's this question to our religious leaders in the hall this morning or afternoon. What is the role of our religious leaders in free and fair elections? But that will come after Prof must have responded to the other question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly take us back on a memory lane. when Trump was elected as the President of the United States, so many things came to light on how he did it. You remember he didn't get the popular vote, but he won the Electoral College. Now, how they did that is something, it's a lesson for us, especially to our politicians here. He used a company called Cambridge Analytica, who has access to Facebook, a lot of profiles of Facebook users. And they were able to really put a software, an algorithm. Okay, it's a system that the computer operates. They put an algorithm to really separate committed Democrat and committed Republican that will almost always vote the Republican Party, whoever the candidate is. There are such people. And then look for those undecided voters. And he looked at the swing state. Those states that can either swing on left or right. There are traditional Democratic states and the Republican states. That's the blue and the blue and the red states. They call them blue and red states. So what they did was he spent his energy. Those that will always go Democrat, he left them. He didn't even campaign. Conserve his energy. And he also ignored mainly also those states that will almost always vote for Republican, come what may. And he paid attention to the swing states. That's how he got it. Now, how is it related to the question I was Mala Rabiu asked? See, there are elections that will be in favor of certain candidates if there are low voter turnout. And it may be different if there is high voter turnout. It's up to us to educate the political class to really sensitize the youth if voter turns out will benefit them. If voters turnout would benefit them, let it be their program to stimulate that base, the youth base. And they do it in a spectacular way. They sponsor a lot of rallies, door-to-door campaigns, even community service. We know in this city of Jos, or let me say Plateau State, there are candidates that carry out community development projects just before election. The Electoral Act didn't prevent you from doing that. You go and put up ball, fix schools, yeah. That is the way of showing your commitment even before the election. If you don't fulfill your promise of doing more after the election, there is a second tenure. And one thing with election is it's like some kind of weird thing. You may feel you just need one term. Just go through that one term and nothing else in the world will matter as having a second tenure. See, power is not the only thing. I mean, so power is not just everything. It is the only thing. Someone once said, power is not just everything. It is the only thing. It tells you how people see power. So it's not about, look, I'll just do one time, get as much as I want, and that will be it. No, nobody is ever satisfied. That may be their initial intention, but eventually they will be caught up. They will love it more than anything else. So the political gladiators have a responsibility to ginger the base. The strongest political base is the youth. It's the youth. So the voter apathy Malarabi is talking of, I think is not just the electoral body sensitizing people to turn out for voting in large number. No, it's also the political base. You do a lot of things. The way they sponsor election is fun. Election time in US, for example, is a fun time. It's like a party always on the street. You sponsor them. You know, how was the NSAS protest organized? A lot of food, a lot of music. That's what they do during election too in the US. They copied that from the US. That's why there were a lot of youth turnout during the NSAS protest that really rattled this country. So we can learn about human psychology, how to mobilize people, how to get them engaged. That will take care of the problem of voter apathy. But I'm telling you, in the equation of politics or electoral process. Voter turnout favors some candidate and it may not favor some. So if you are the political candidate, vie for an office, see that high voter turnout will favor you, it's up to you to mobilize. So in Nigeria, you had the electoral body sponsoring jingles on the radio or television that people should go out to vote. Those people that will benefit more from higher voter turnout should do the thing. Should be creative. Should sponsor. It's not about just your political godfather, as they call them, your political sponsor. No, it's good thinking, as the Toyota company will say, good thinking, good products. Thank you.
Once again, thank you very much, Professor. At this point, without waste of time, this program is designed to spark discussion around the need for us to participate, make the process of electing those who will spearhead a lot of things, you know, to be transparent, to be credible, to be free, fair, and all whatnot. And again, above all, that we will still continue to live as a people, even after the announcement of elections results. Peaceful coexistence. This is what we care so much about. And that is why we decided that this program should be here. Hundreds of thousands of our followers are actually going to go through this even after we're done, because they can always refer to our Facebook page and then go through it. So your contributions actually is going to remain for life, because the internet, they say, doesn't forget. So thank you very much. Very quickly, I didn't tell Reverend Father Polycarp Ghana that he will be responding to this question: what is the role of our religious leaders in free and fair elections? But then, he is a Reverend Father, and he is the one in charge in terms of Christian Association of Nigeria, just north. So, sir, may you please respond to this question? Thank you. You can just sit, sir.
First of all, I wish to thank the professor who made this presentation, also to provoke this discussion and other viewers here present. As regarding the role of the religious leaders, I think it's not really far-fetched from what the prof has said. We live also in the society, and we know what has been going on in the society. Our role basically is to continue to encourage voters on the need to be involved. It's not just the idea of complaining and complaining. You know, when you complain about something and you are not really ready to be involved, certainly you'll be kicked out. But in as much as we complain, the only vehicle in which we can make our complaint heard is to be involved in the system. And this is basically what we religious leaders will continue to do, to encourage people during Sunday sermons and in the churches and as well as in the mosque on the need for our young people, the youth, to be involved. Each time when we resolve and say, oh, we're not going to do again, it's going to do to us a great disservice, a great disservice. But when we commit ourselves in the process, we may not get it right now, but surely we will reach our destination. So we keep encouraging and will never give up, because there are people who are doing all of this thing deliberately to make life unbearable so that we get discouraged and leave the system for them. But we are not ready to leave the system. We will continue to follow, we continue to encourage the young ones on the need to be involved in the system, because once we're involved in the system, we will get to a point that they cannot lie again, because we will have learned the ropes so well that we know, in fact, from the very beginning, we will have known how the game is going to end. So our work is to continue to encourage the young ones. Let us not grow discouraged. And if we reflect back during the 2023 general election, you could see that there was progress in our democracy. There's improvement. So gradually we will get it right. We will get it right. So let us not give up, but let us see that every election is an opportunity to improve. It's an opportunity to improve. So when we observe some of these loopholes, Let us see how we mend them so that we don't continue this way, but rather.
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune into Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Unity. Unity TV.
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune into Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Unity TV.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Unity. Unity TV.
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune into Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
dole ne mu haɗa kai mu fuskanci wannan zaɓe yadda ya kamata ba tare da ɗaga hankali ba ko cutar da wani. Shi in mutum ma na da basira yana da tunani tintini Allah ya zaɓo wanda zai hau kujerar nan a ilimin shi da sanin shi tun azal ya rubuta kujera kaza wane ne zai hau daga kaza zuwa kaza. Mu abin da ya rage mana shine mu yi iya ƙoƙarinmu, ko duk wanda Allah ya ɗaura shine wanda Allah yake so. Zai yiwuwa kana so kana tunanin alkhairi a abu, to amma shi kuma a ilimin Allah ba haka bane. Qur'ani haka ya ƙara ba mu labari, asa an tuhibbu shay'an wa huwa sharrun lakum, asa an takrahu shay'an wa huwa khairun lakum. Maybe ya zama kana son abu kuma ba alkhairi bane, ko kuma baka son abu ya zama shine alkhairi. To don haka kira dole ne malaman addini su tsaya tsayin daka, su jawo hankalin samari, domin kowace al'umma tana ginuwa ne akan samari. In kana so kalli al'ummar ku gobanta, to kalli samarin ku na yau. In kuna da samari zarata, zababbu, masana, waɗanda suka san abin da ya dace, to nan gaba a rayuwarku za ta yi kyau. Amma ya zama samarinku suka zama tsintsiya ne ba sha, tarin tsintsiya ba shara, ya zama samarinku suka zama ko oho, ba wayewa ba ci gaba sai rikici, to goban kuma haka zai zama. To don haka malamai Allah ya ba su amana. Duk sati watakila mu a musulunce ko limami yakan tara dubban mutane wanda ɗan kasuwa bai isa ya tara ba. Wani lokacin ɗan siyasa in ba kuɗi zai biya ba bai isa ya tara kwatankwacin wannan jama'a ba, kuma ya zama sun bashi full attention. Wanda kamar da aga mana, in limamin juma'a yana magana yana maka wa'azi, ka ce wa ɗan uwanka ma ka yi shuru, to ya zama faƙad lagauta, ya zama ka yi wauta. To limami ne kaɗai yake da wannan dama a cikin al'umma, yana magana dolen kowa da kowa ya saurare shi. To don haka dole su tsaya ba gajiya kullum. Laraba suna wata karin magana ko, wa bitikrar yahtadi al-himar. Idan duk an ci a dabbobi ba mara basira kamar jaki, to in ka bi da shi hanyar nan yau, gobe jibi da kanshi sai zo ba hanyar, kuma ba a gajiya ba a kosawa. Shi a addini in kira za ka yi zuwa ga Allah, ka kira mutum 1000 amsa, ka ci riba. Gobe ka ƙara kira, a haka manzan Allah yi, sai da manzan Allah ya shekara kusan 6 da wani abu, amma ba a samu mutum 40 sun amsa ba. Amma ya daina? Me ya ce inda za a samun wata a hannuna na ɗaya, a ɗaura na a samun a wata na ɗaya, aka in daina kira, ba zan daina ba. Ya dinga yi, to sai da ya zama yanzu a gidanka baka san yawan wanda suka amsa wannan kiran ba, a anguwarka baka san yawan wanda suka amsa wannan kiran ba, a ƙasar ka yana da ce maka ka lissafa waɗanda suka amsa wannan kiran, kaga ballantana a duniya, kuma kiran da aka yi sama da shekara 1400 da wani abu. To da su ma malamai kasi ƙasa a gwiwa, su tsaya tsayin daka, su tabbatar da sun jawo hankalin mutane, sun nuna musu abin da ya kamata. Abin da ya kamata kuma shine a zaɓi nagartacci. Mu rufe ido, ina yawan faɗa duk inda irin wannan zama ya da mutane, nakan ce siyasa za ta ƙara kyau daga ran da kuɗi da addini suka fita a cikinta. Don manzo Allah tsira da aminci su ƙara tabbata a gare shi yana faɗi, yana cewa Allah yana taimakon mulki ko da a hannun mutum wanda ba musulmi ba ne. Hakanan kuma Allah inda zai yi adalci, hakanan in Allah ya ba da mulki a hannun musulmin da ba zai yi adalci ba, Allah zai ruguza wannan mulkin. To don haka mu rufe ido, mu nemi cancanta. Mun ga halin da ƙasarmu take ciki, abinda mutum bai taɓa tunanin nan da shekara 50 ma Allah zai kawo ba. A ce talaka zai sai buhun shinkafa 120, wanda ni na siyata da aure na 6,000. To me yake jawo mana irin wannan shine rashin tunani da zaben wanda ya kamata. To don haka malamai su rufe ido da abin da za su samu. In an kama kuɗi ka ci kai daidai, amma zaɓa ka zaɓi wanda ya kamata. Su tsaya su nusar da mutane muhimmancin yin zaɓe lafiya, saboda zubar da jini ba abin da yake jawo sai fushin ubangiji. Ba wanda raka kaci Allah ji daɗi. Allah na faɗa mana kullu wala taqtulu anfusakum inna Allaha kana bikum rahima. Kada mu kashe junanmu. Addini ya nuna mana ko da baka addini da mutum bai halitta ma ka kashe shi, ka gaya mai mummunan magana ba ma. To don haka malamai su tsawatar, su nusar, su zaburar da samari, domin za ga yana yawan kiran samari. Samari su ne ƙashin bayan kowace al'umma. A kansu burin al'umma yake cika. Duk wanda suka gina samarinsu to sun gina ci gabansu. Haka wanda suka rusa samarinsu sun bar ci gabansu. To don haka ba a zaɓe da ta da jijiya. Malamanmu suna gaya mana akan duniyar wani karka ɓata lahirarka. Duk zaɓen nan da ra'ayi majority ribar da roman na wani mutum ɗaya ne da shi da iyalan shi watakila. ɗan abin da ra'a ba mu wani ya je ya sha ganye ne akan wannan, don wani ya ji daɗi. Ka zo ka ɓata tsakaninka da ubangijinka, kama ubangijinka abin da za ka koma gare shi yana fushi da kai. To ko me za a baka, ka tuna bai kai ka gama da duniya lafiya ba. Duk girman abun in za a baka billions of nairas, to amma ya zama ka sadu da ubangijin kalami lafiya ya fi wannan kuɗin. Domin da abin da ka samu a duniya za ka tara a duniya za ka bar shi. Abin da zai maka amfani shi ne biyayyar da kama ubangiji. To don haka kiran da nake wa samari shine kada mu yadda a yi amfani da mu wajen tada tarzoma. Shi zaɓe da na gama na Allah ya zaɓi na shi, kawai za mu zo mu biyo bayani. Allah ya zaɓi na shi yana nan a kujera, yana nan a cikin ilimin ubangiji. To da haka ba wani abin daga hankali. Shi kuma wanda Allah ya bama ka ce bai isa yi ba, ka koma faɗa da Allah. Don shi ne ya zartar ya ce ya ɗorawa ne, shi ka ce kai kuma ba a isa ba. Lallai sai wanda kake so. To don haka samari su tsaya tsayin daka. Abinda zai baka mamaki kamar da nake faɗa mana a irin wannan zama, in kaga an tada hankali an fito da adda ana kamfen ne ko ana me, ba za ka ga ɗan wannan wanda yake neman kujerar ba, ba za ka ga mai ƙarin shi ba. Wataƙila ɗan shi yana London yana karatu. A'a, 'ya'yan talakawa ne mu za a haɗa mu. Wataƙila ga gidanku ga gidan wane, dan wani abu ya saba ku zo kuna sare-saren junanku, kuna zage-zagen junanku a kafafen yaɗarwa. Duk wannan abu ne wanda bai kamata ba. Duniya ce ta wani za a gyara. To don haka kan mu yadda mu a yi amfani da mu samu a yi zaɓe lami lafiya. Mu yi addu'a kuma mu tsaya mu gaya ma Allah ya zaɓa mana wanda za su tausaya mana. Ita addu'a in aka yi ta Allah yana amsawa. Kuma ko da abu ne zai samu mutum na sharri, in yayi addu'a Allah kan mayar mai da shi koma na alkhairi. To don haka kada mu yadda da fito da takubba ko wani abu ko zage-zage. Kowa ra'ayin shi zaɓa, shi ne dimokuraɗiyya ko? Kowa ya fito ya zaɓi ra'ayin shi. Yancin ka yana farawa ne, yancin wani yana farawa ne inda naka ya tike. Yadda kake ganin kana son wannan, kai ɗan Najeriya ne, an baka dama ka zaɓi wannan, to shi ma wani an ba shi dama ya zaɓi wani. To don haka kar mu daga hankalinmu mu yi zaɓe lami lafiya. Kiran da ran ma su kuma mene 'yan siyasa shine su tausaya wa al'umma. Manzo Allah ya yi addu'a, shi kuma manzo Allah ya yi addu'a karɓaɓɓiya ce. Ya ce duk wanda Allah ya ba shi jagoranci na al'umma ya tausasa mu wannan al'ummar, to shi ma Allah ya tausaya mai. Hakanan wanda Allah ya bawa jagoranci ko mulki na wannan al'ummar ya musguna mata, to shi ma Allah ya musguna mai. Shi yasa zaka ga wani yayi mulkin ya gama sai dawo abin tausayi saboda bai adalci ba. Wani ko ga ya gama, ka duba shugabanninmu irin na da, irin su Saddauna, Tafawa Balewa, sai ga mutum ya haifi ɗa a cikin shi ya samu sunansu. Me ya kawo haka? An ji daɗi ne. Amma shugabanninmu na ƙarshe fa, in haka za ka tambaye ka da hoton wani a wayarka ba, sai ka ga abin da ne biyo bayan ma ba mai kyau ba ne, sunan ma ba ka so ka ji. Saboda me? Idan shugaba ya yi adalci, to ranar alkiyama yana tare da mala'iku masu girma, shine imaman adilan, shugaba mai adalci, to wannan ya jefa ya cefe. Haka ya kamata. Kuma duk abin da yake kawo rudu shine rashin sanin wanda za a zaba. Kai kawai an baka kuɗi kayi zaɓe, kaga. Amma inda za mu duba cancanta, akwai wanda yanzu da Allah zai ba da mulkin na hannunsu, ɗan ƙaramin lokaci ƙasar nan sai ta canja. Amma mai rufe mana ido kawai mu abin da za mu karɓa, abin da za mu samu, interest ɗinmu, menene za a bani, appointment, duk wannan abubuwan mu bar su a gefe. Mu nemo mutum nagari, mu nemo nagarta, mu nemo ba da kallon jam'iyya ba, ba da kallon addini ba, ba da kallon a'a, mu duba waye ya kamata ya jagorance mu. To don haka ina amfani da wannan dama, ina kira ga al'umma ga baki ɗaya, mu fito kwanmu da ƙwarƙwatanmu. Da shi ne kula ana gaya mana ƙuri'arka wukarka, da ita ce mene za ka yanka maƙiyinka, da wannan ƙuri'a kuma za ka yanko masoyinka. To don haka ka zauna a gida kana ganin ai don ƙuri'a ta ni kaɗai, da ni da matata da yaro na ba za ta hana wani ya ci ba. To in makwabcin ka shi ma faɗa ka, an yi asarar nawa kenan. In za a yi haka ba za a fito ba. Amma ka dinga tunanin ƙuri'ar kan nan guda ɗaya za ta iya ɗoro ni akan mulki. Ƙuri'ar kan nan guda ɗaya za ta iya sa wani ya rasa. To da ita ne za mu ƙarfafa masoyanmu, za mu taimaka 'yan uwanmu wanda muka ga sun cancanta. To na haka kar mutum ya yi ƙasa a gwiwa. Lallai a fito a zaɓi wa'inda muka ga sun cancanta za su iya mana abin da ya kamata. Ko da kai ba ka da bukata, wani zai ga yanzu shi duk wahalar nan da ake, wani yanzu yake samun kuɗi. Duk wahalar nan da za ka ji ana tsadar rayuwa ba a taɓa gani ba, yanzu wani za ga yana tura gida yana gina sabo. To amma kar ya zama burinka iyakanka, al'ummarka. Mu yi ƙoƙarin mu kawo da zai canja mana, ko da ba a samu kamala ba, a samu koyaya ne, a samu an ɗan rage raɗaɗi da zafi da yanayi da muke ciki. To don haka ina ganin zan taƙaita a nan. Allah ya sa mu dace.
To daga nan ko ina ganin an yi tafi. To gaskiya cewa nake mun gode sosai, wannan kira da gaske ya kai ya kawo. Ina ganin ni ma na yi Hausa wanda ya kamata a tafa mun aiko ba shi ne. All right, thank you very much, our religious leader. Thank you so much. It was such a wonderful moment having you. Everyone, in fact, that is the more reason for which we're here. Our dear listener and viewer following us from all over, it all depends from where you're following us from. We will just do two more things and we'll call it a day for this program today. Na san kuna da harkoki sosai, but then I would love to plead that please permit me to invite performers. We have two different groups, each maybe just 5 minutes. And I'm sure you will have something to talk about in your subsequent presentations. You, of course, will add to your wealth of knowledge. First is music performance by Dokin Kerfi and Yaron Kerfi. Ladies and gentlemen, again, our culture of clapping. If you don't mind, you can be clapping from outside Nigeria. If you're following us on our Facebook page, please. Dokin Karfi and Yaro Karfi, very talented. Enjoy it.
It's a privilege to be here in front of our daddies and our uncles and everyone listening to us. It's all about 9th October. It's all about peaceful coexistence between Christians and Muslims, and also it's all about free and fair elections. I and my boy are going to treat you with some good music. Zamu shi da Hausa da Turanci ne. So zamu yi rap ne, su baba babanmu su gane rap. Zamu yi rap ba mu rubuta ba, za a samu beat ne. Zamu yi daga kanmu. So zamu yi rap din daga kanmu ne da duk abubuwan da mun gani a nan. So zamu bi mu hada waka a nan. Shine yanda zamu yi waka din. To ya sa mana kiɗa. One time, say, one time, kakala. Na faso daga can na zo sai na ce bari in shigo Unity FM. Mun baso gashi nan mun zo mun ce mu zuba musu waka, amma kaman da wasa an zo, amma ga speaker nan ya so ya makale, amma gashi ya dawo. To bari mu ci gaba. Abin ya tsaya to ya dawo kuma gashi, to sai mu ci gaba. To me zaka ce ta ma gashi suna tafawa, domin sun juya sun kalle ka suna so su ji abin da zaka faɗa. Me zaka faɗa musu domin suna kallon ka suna so su ji ka.
Suna so su ji ka. Yaro karfe on the mic, get the way I can freestyle. Gata malan kakala. My name is Yaro Karfe. Duk kofan da aka kulle sai mu balle. Kakala, we are here live at Unity TV. Amma real life in ka duba ranar wanka ba a boye cibi. That's the reason why I'm here. Yaro Karfe, super close na ke ta yi on the microphone. Yaro Karfe on the mic, they are all surprised. Kagan gani da dokin karfe. Bari na dan bashi shi ma mai dan zuba.
Kakalla kana ta waka suna kallon ka, kakalla kawunka a nan shi ma yana ta mamaki, amma ka juya ga nan dadinka shi ma ai ya saka white to ka musu waka. Ga nan dadinka shi ma ai ya zauna yana ta kallon ka dazu kana ta waka. Ga ɗayan dadinka shi ma yana cin dabino ya kalle ka dazu, because ya kane he wants to know what you gonna say. Saboda haka ka musu waka domin su ji ka, suna ta kallon ka.
Suna ta kallon ka. Yaro Karfe on the mic, they're all surprised. In ka duba gaskiya, we've been freestyling on Unity FM. Ganan ga fada, he is smiling. Yaro Karfe on the mic, the way I can freestyle, you know he is my daddy. Kama da wasa, ganan ga daddy. He is a professor on the mic, but you know that I'm the lyrical scholar. I'm the lyrical teacher, I'm getting loose to the speaker. Kandana fada, gana ga daddy. He's holding his phone. Yaro Karfe when I'm in my zone, I'ma make it known. I've been freestyling. Kakala, giving up, you have to one time, but let me continue. In Kaduba, gana ga daddy. Gana ga daddy is putting on his chest. Yaro Karfe on the mic, ganina pets. Inata one car, I've been watching.
Kakala muna ta waka na speaker na ta kawo matsala, amma dole mu ci gaba. Zamu dangama. Ganin camera, mutane na kallo, muna ta waka, suna ta mamaki. Man, it's all about 9th October. That is the day that you all gotta remember, because we're talking about free, peaceful coexistence between Muslims and Christians. That is the fact. Kaman babanmu anan ya faɗa, wato shi kakamu, wato Annabi Ibrahim yana da yara, wato shine Krista da kuma musulmai. Saboda haka zaman lafiya dole ne mu zauna kamin nan mu ci gaba. Abun haka take, in ka je asibiti ba maganan addini, ko likitan shi musulmi ne ko Krista ne, babu ruwanka, kai kawai yayin maka magani domin ka je ka warke. In ka je cikin kasuwa ba maganan addini, zaka je ka siya abinci a wurin Krista ko musulmi ne, babu bambanci. Kakalla to mene damuwan, kakalla akwai matsala, sama me zaka dan faɗa game da wannan maganan?
Okay, game da wannan maganan ka kalla kan da ka fada ka ce yanzu nan aka ka duba. This is all about unity. We have to unite ourselves. Ka kalla, focus on the camera. I'm the 3-star general. Yaro karfe on the mic na ce su bani mineral. I've been freestyling. Ka kalla kan da ka fada ka ce wata.
Abu ya kare. What?
Okay, idan ni ma na saya sai ku bani masara ko da yake. All right. Thank you, Yaron Karfe, Dokin Karfe and Yaron Karfe. I'm so happy to have listened to you and watching you live on today's program Unity Town Hall, the 28th day in the month of September, the year 2024. Very quickly, let's have the next team to come give us what they have. Again, we still have someone in here, and he will be giving us a poem, spoken word in HAUSA language later on. But then, let's have Crew for Pace concept. Crew for Pace concept. This very group, drama group, have been to more than 8 local governments in Plateau State doing drama for peace. And so, a big one. And I'm sure today you would have something to appreciate them for their efforts in promoting peaceful coexistence in Plateau State. They've also been to Southern Kaduna doing drama for peace. And so, Crew for Pace concept, now is your time.
Now we could make our nation great. If we didn't judge, Zama hankali bakar mu cutar da kasa mu. Lokacin zane ya zo, so mu yi hankalin mu kar mu zuba da yancin mu. Lokacin zane ya zo, so mu yi hankalin mu kar mu zuba da yancin mu. Election don't come again. People want to carry us. They treat us like a little fool. I'm gonna let them hear us stay. Every night.
But you are not touch me. You are not touch me. You are not talk to me. You are not talk to me.
Amalia, Amalia, Baraka Igani, Bakagani, me as a chief. I am going to vote. I'm going for that election. I'm going to do voting.
I'm not going to be a check. Tundana Aureka. Shekara, har takwas. Zaben da kullu kowane shekara kake je ka yi. Me ya canja? You is na civil servant. You is na civil servant. You is na no bring money come this house. You is na no buy food to children and no go school. You are going to vote. You are no vote.
Amalia, kada kayi wannan magana. Amalia, see, as a title chief, where I be, I suppose go around. Make other people follow me. See, now good thing where I do. If we know the vote, now so we go to bring bad people for the government. Let's go for this election. Amalia, let's go and vote. Amalia, please, I beg you. Where my cat said.
I want nothing to come and sash and I buy
Amalia, please. That would do me. I need a key. Domino, someone I
to Senator Dick and let you put the Kapadas. I made it in the America. Made the cow, made a tender.
But Amalia, I'm a title chief. I am supposed to live by example. Let's vote good people. If we don't vote, they The next thing now, bad people go they enter, when you see. So please, let's go and vote, Amalia. Can you want Magana?
Papa Chinedu, you come, you.
That part is coming. That part is Himma Magana. That part has Magana. We are supposed to go and vote. That part has Himma Magana. That part Himma Magana.
Papa Chinedu, you keep quiet.
That part Himma Magana.
Can I Gina? Papa Chinedu is not. He is not going to vote. Is me Nakini go like Kenya wallahi ba ta beta da ko ya zaba ko aure ko zabe ni kuma naki kuma ya ta da na ba ta
da sayu kai ko ne lokaci kenan zaka je ka jefa zabe zaka je ka yi zabe shekaru da hara kirga shi zaka je ka siya layi rana ya buga ka rana zaka sake tubanka zaka zo kai zaka hada zufa zaka je kai zaben member na House of Representatives wani shega ta baka kira zaka je kai zaben senator kuma zaka je ka tara kudi ka zo na kai daga shi sai matan shi sai yaran shi zaka ganna tura su da ka san waje kai kullu lokaci a titi ka zo ka siya kana daga jijin wuya da matanka lafiyarka are
da ba ka yi shi ka ya kamata mu yi zabe mu fita mu zabe mutane masu kyau in mun zaba mutane masu kyau za ka gani komai zai canza amma in muna zo na for house all the time shi kenan banzayen mutum za su dinga zuwa kuma
to ka ji ane to ifin menene kana yi
Everyone cannot stay in his house and study anymore, Abi? Bro. Who are this set of watchings? What's happening here? No, you don't explain. Shut up. Shut up. Who is this one that looks like one that is imported from the past? Who are you? Who are you? I was just going through the new edition of the Encyclopedia Dominica, and you people are busy disturbing me, so I can't study in my house anymore because I have people like you. Shut up, my friend! Shut up! Remember you when I was fighting the Civil War in 1963? And I'm talking and you're talking. What is this issue about?
Now my husband, yeah, go to vote. Yeah, go to vote. Now my husband, yeah, bring money in this house. No. Yeah, husband, the children go to school. Yeah, no. Yeah, say today, yeah, wake up 10 minutes happy. Yeah, look for in voter card. Me, I carry voter card for my hammer. Yeah, like my voter card. Yeah, it's my hammer. Me, I say, yeah, Papa Chinedu, choose me, wife, or vote. Me and God, yeah, no stay with Baba Chinedu. Yeah, Baba Chinedu go vote. Me and I pass my car, like the beginning. Yeah. Hey.
Baba Chinedu, keep quiet. If I understand you very well, Baba Chinedu wants to go on the election. And you are saying you should not go on the election.
Yeah, no development. No good school. Yeah, Baba Chinedu.
My friend, sometimes you are the one that is underdeveloped. Your brain is not working. The man is going to exercise his franchise. And you are saying you carried his... On what grounds? Why?
Yeah, me and his wife.
You are his wife? You are in big soup. You are in trouble. If you have a retarded person like this as a wife, are you translated or you're complete tabula rasa? Is your brain working?
I'm trying to school her.
Don't you know that the reason why this country is where it is right now is because we have refused to vote in the right people into power? Most of the people that are going to vote In fact, it is when you refuse to go out to vote that they get the channel or the opportunity to manipulate it. Yeah, when you go out to vote, the right people will come into power, and then the economy is going to work out well. Guys,
listen to him.
Oh, kata bai zaben kirgan ne babu hajiya da mai nan kin aje katin zaben shi gashi na anan dan Allah karki bai shi domin a lokacin da ka je kai zabe ba naka wanda kana so ba shi bane naka samu to karka zabe din haradun Allah in ka bashi ni da pam haradun Allah zamu ruru da kowa nan.
If we continue like this, problem will come. Please speak it to him.
What's his name again?
Dapam, number one, Dapam.
Hey. Come closer. Come closer. Dapam. If I understand something, you are against her going to vote. Yes! Exactly! Yes. And you have your reasons why. Exactly! Can you tell me what your reasons are? Can you? Now you are talking something. Kaga lokacin can, lokacin da abubuwa suna nan daidai ni da pam ko mun je mu shagur kutu maza baka maho. Sai ka dan test kafin ka baka. Za ka je ka siya naira 5 a cikin kuriya za ka shaka kushi. Amma yanzu ka je ka sayi naira 500 ma bai cika kuriya ba kun ba inda zai baka maho. Ta ana mana kana so kana gama mu turanci English. Dapa, I understand your plight. You have a valid point, but that is not enough reason why you should tell her not to give him his voter's card so he will go and exercise his functions. Let me explain something to you. Do you know about the Westphalia Treaty of 1648? We don't know. But let me educate you. In 1648, there was a treaty called the Westphalia Treaty. Everybody came together and decided to relinquish their rights to few individuals to go and represent them. This gave birth to what we call indirect democracy. So these few people that goes to represent you today are the ones you call government. Thank you. Will you, in your right senses, allow somebody that is not qualified to go and represent you when you know he's not going to? Thank you. Now, your refusal to go and vote is a permission to allow people that are not qualified to go and sit there to represent you. So in order to partake and make sure that the right people are there, you have to go there, exercise your franchise by electing the right people into offices. That way, they will represent your interest and go to.
You see?
So please, can we not disturb the neighborhood and go back inside? I have gone and done my election going back. Right now I'm studying. I don't know why you are having issues allowing somebody to go and vote. Do you understand what I'm saying?
If you guys understand now, me, let's go. Give me my card.
Now you
are talking.
Talk again, man.
You have a voter's card, right?
Go.
Zaben din wannan zaben yana da kyau can ko? Yana da kyau. Idan ka je ka zabe bara yi toge ba kenan. To ai mun tada muna zabe kuma ba wanda ka zaba shine yana ci gaba ba ai.
Ina fita an yi zabe. Idan an yi fita za ka gani ko me ke kyau. Kai gane ko yanzu mu je mu yi zabe. Kana yi ji ko? Mu je mu tafi mu je ka ke.
You that mu je gida tare ne ba idan mu je.
That's what important for you to dapat kasih magana na shi pada mu za mu
ko da ba chicken dapat kana bata min suna na dapat
credible leader ya put
Amalia credible dapat I see you later.
Maganar zabe
amma yanzu nan haka kwakwalwar da ya dan taɓa wani abu kaɗan fa don wannan wanda yana neman House of Representatives din nan za a fi ka zaɓe shi kuma halattun Allah ya bata mun zuwa tako farin sakin zaɓe ko kuma haba kullum lokaci kenan ka dinga yin zaɓe ka dinga yin zaɓe ka yi zaɓe ka zo ka dinga fama da ciwon kai ni abun ma ya shi ne ma amma zan gwada da yanzu.
All right, thank you so much, crew, for Pace Concept. Okay, a wonderful one there. Without waste of time, dear listener and viewer, we've come to a time with which we'll hear the vote of thanks and other things. But before then, we have one of our brothers. He's coming up here to give us his spoken word, and I want to believe he's going to be in HAUSA language. Faisal, are you here? All right, put your hands together for Faisal. He's here. All right. So get ready for the closing remarks as well. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Faisal Ahmad, popularly known as the Smith of Words. So I'm going to recite a poem precisely, and the title of my poem is It Is Time. Ordinarily, the poem is supposed to be in Hausa, but looking at the theme of the program here, I want to just give a mixture of it. So it will be in slight Hausa and English at rest. Thank you very much. I am just a proper paper poppy son of Nigeria from the womb of Hausa, a coherent of Kakaki and Busa, a morsel of Gurasa and Masa. Can't you see? Haba, Baba Jagaba, Kamang Kadan Sama Pargaba. You promised us that Parashinkaya Zasir sinner, so we voted you Babi Petina. You told us you are a wall worthy of Jingina, so we gave you our trust, had the Jinjina. We even held you over the tall man from Katsina. But look at us now. Dan Allah Kudubemu. We have become like slaves with licking plates at Kingdom Babamu. Amba Mutalia, Amkwacha Jeremia. With the help of our leaders, Akimana Denia, and when we talk, say Achibama the Taribia. Haba and Siasa. Where ya kuki hakani gaba there? But when it is time, you will see them come like men of God is what they've become. And by the doors of every home, like a storm in uniform, they will come with a drum. They will beat it. 1, 2, just for us to dance too. Then the echo of their bloods will rattle in our ears. The remix of a song after every 4 years, oh yes. That common song that sings. If you want food in your pot, give us your support. Be our standing stool, and your children will be dancing in school. Vote us your thumb, and we won't succumb to the unease surrounding your peace. This and this, what a deceit. Claiming salvation, they are vectors of destruction. In their heart is demolition and not consolidation. With a deceitful coercion, they want to take my nation, so it is time to carve a solution. Flip a new page, a change. But not that kind of change that turns protest rampage. Not the change that exchanges our homes with cages. It is time we rise. We no more trade votes for bags of rice or petty cash in seductive campaigns that all it spent on us is pain. It is time we run out of this impudence and start living a life of sense and essence. And this time, I know our votes ain't going in vain. You know why? Because this time, we're going to let God intervene. Smith of words. Thank you very much.
This is lovely. This is wonderful. I am so happy about this. Oh my, the potential we have in Plateau State. Oh my, thank you so much. Faisal, thank you so much for honoring our invitation to be here, and everyone else that is here. At this point, without waste of time, I would quickly have the representative of this great organization, Unity Media, that is Unity 93.3 FM, to come in person of Mr. Rabiu. Please, if you don't mind, let's put our hands together. Mr. Rabiu, sir.
Thank you very much.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Unity. Unity TV.
Because what you did here is something marvelous. Thank you very much. And to the chairman and MD, that is the CEO, Malam Ahmad Tijani Salihu Nakande, who gave the go-ahead to us to organize this event. We sincerely appreciate him and we wish him everything good he wished for himself. And to our father, Alhaji Ibrahim Dasuki Salihu Nakande, who founded the station right from inception, we say thank you to him and we pray that God will continue to heal him. And to Honorable Dr. Adamu Aliyu, who was here and happens to be the chairman of the occasion, we appreciate him too for all the contribution and support he rendered to us. And as well, Malam Ibrahim Ahmad, who also left because of other engagements, we also appreciate him, who is our ambassador for today. And the organizers of this marvelous event, in the person of Malam, what is that your name? Saidu, Malam Saidu Adamu. I know many people will say, why are you calling him Saidu? That's his name. Yes, his name is Saidu Adamu, but you can call him Bitrus Adamu Easy. It's all his name, and could be Zuma Mesaukin Kai. Thank you very much for the wonderful job. And Malam Awal GSM, thank you too. And my boss here, our IT personnel, he's been up and doing. I came here and met him here to show you how serious he is about the entire thing. Thank you very much. And to all the artists that we are here, Dokin Karfi, Yaron Karfi, I pray one day I'll have a Dokin Karfi in my house, because Dokin Karfi, that is Gaskia. So we all have you. I believe we all have Gaskia in us. So thank you very much. Ahmed Smith of West, thank you too. And to other staff here who I can't mention all, Shamsu Kabir is here, Rukayat Sani Ibrahim, Ukhti, Hadiza Ahmed Hassan, and all the rest, Kursum. Thank you very much. And to those that honored the invitation we rendered to them, people like the Peace Ambassador here, Big Seven Sardona Zinaria, and this gentleman in my front, all of you, we say thank you. Zuma and Co, thank you very much for honoring this invitation. We are really grateful for all that you've done. So with this, we've come to the end of the event. So we thank everyone. We pray that what we were told regarding election, the importance of free and fair election, will manifest into reality at the end of the day, come 9th October, local government and councillors election. Thank you very much. On behalf of the management and staff of Unity Radio FM TV, we say thank you. May God take you all back to your various destinations. Thank you once again. Nagode.
In the hall, I would love to play that we stand even as we recite the national anthem. Thank you so much. Shall we all stand, please, for the national anthem, even as we, that too is prayer for all of us. Thank you. National anthem, please.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honor, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a manna without stain. O God of all creation, grant peace our one request. Help us to build a no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Thank you.
Da sunan Ubangiji zan fara, mai yau da gobe gatan kowa. Yau na taho da babban aiki, zani gaida turan giwa. Kafin in fara baitan farko, zani sanya mai sufa kyakkyawa. Allah kai ta salatin annabi farko a furicin bakina. Gara mu je mu gaida. Da na taho da tabarma ta yau, da gidanka ni zan kwana. Amma saboda halin hanya, motar haya da zafin rana. Da a ce ina da motar kaina, kullum in zo in gaida ubana. Mai girma Ibrahim Salihu, mai kyan hali da kyawun suna. Gara mu je mu gaida. Zaki uban mazaje, Alhaji sansan jiki ya fatar kifi. Kai ne kwangiri karfan jirgi, ɗaukan ka dole sai mai karfi. Taka a sannu bawan Allah, mai zuciyar da ba ta zabi.